All right, hello guys. We are going to do channel messages. This is going to be timeless, okay? And it is for everybody. So please remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? And remember that it is timeless once again. All right, and we're going to get right into it. I have had the longest day on Saturday yesterday, so I'm sorry if I seem a little bit lackluster, okay? Hopefully my energy will pick up, but Lord, I'm just okay. You understand. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And also, side note, of course, if you would like a personal reading from me, feel free to look down below in the description box, and also in my bio, I do have prices listed for you guys. Okay. But first off, one of the first channel messages I was getting for you guys was, I'm gonna put this here so I have something to lean on. Okay. Sorry, I'm talking quiet because these people like to stare in my windows every time I do my videos outside. But anyways, you guys could be going out with somebody, okay, in the next 72, or just sometime in the next week or so, maybe next weekend, or this is something that has already happened to you, okay. Some of you guys could be going out with someone who really lacks manners, okay. Something about how this person or the people that you're with, you're gonna realize that, wow, maybe I was raised a lot better than, the people I'm around, because it's going to show, okay? You know how you go out to like a restaurant or something, and the people you're with or the person you're with, they're like rude. They have, they're acting like a pack of wild animals basically, in like a nice place, especially. Um, because usually the higher end of a restaurant, the better you should act. And I'm not saying that, even if you're in McDonald's, I'm not saying that, oh, you have a right to act, a fool, but, it's about etiquette, okay? There's a reason why you should just behave. And I don't know, I've seen full-blown adults, I'm sure as you guys have too, who just don't know how to fucking act, and or they think it's okay to act a certain way because they feel that entitled to, a stranger's time or a worker's time, okay, and service. So, especially being someone, myself who has been in the food industry, I definitely understand how it is on the other side of dealing with customers. And you don't have to be just a server, you could work with people in general, okay? No matter what your profession is or what you do for work or just in general in life, there are rude ass people no matter what, okay? So there's something about that. You could be realizing or thinking, maybe even your parents, or just, thinking to yourself, like, damn, I'm glad I was raised the right way. Okay, something about how people are raised and environmental factors, and, even if, because people, they don't see it when they look at me, because, I try to present myself in a pretty nice way, okay? I'm pretty laid back when it comes to the outfits, but I still try to take care of my hair and makeup, right? Um, I didn't grow up with like, I've been very traumatized, okay, to say the least. And I don't talk about it all the time because I try to heal and move on from things, okay? Because if I make my life all about my trauma, what's the point in that? You know what I'm saying? Okay, that could be another message for you guys, where you might know somebody around you who is just, their whole personality is their trauma. And I'm not saying that you can't talk about your trauma. I'm not saying you can't, talk about it until you can't breathe, okay? You can absolutely do that. Because sometimes. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, I was talking about, I think, etiquette, okay? Some of you guys might be dealing with somebody who's just, embarrassing to be around, especially if you know how to act. And I'm not saying you have to act all proper and everything, but I'm saying, like, you know, act correct, or come correct, okay? You might be telling somebody around you, whether it's this person or somebody else, come correct or don't come around me at all, You might be setting more boundaries and actually sticking by them in the next 72 as well, okay? Um, Also, you guys, I was getting a message about, like, there could be someone around you, specifically like a parent, okay? And they could be kind of a bad influence on their own children. But then, they probably, this is somebody like who doesn't take accountability, okay? Oh my god. More interruptions, really? Is it Mercury retrograde? It might be. Because I swear so many like shit is just fucking up. Like why did that just happen? I'm sorry guys, okay? I'm so sorry. Um this reminds me of when I first started making my videos, but like I don't know, I feel like there was more interruptions back then. But anyways, yeah, there might be like a parent that you notice is not good, okay, for their children, but they act like they're the best parent in the world. And it's, you don't have to have kids to understand common sense, okay? That's something I wish people with kids understood. Um, you do not have to have kids to understand common sense. I don't care who gets mad at me about that for saying that. It's the truth. Okay, so if you can't understand that, you know, take it up with God, okay, or the next person, but don't come at me about it, because you don't understand common sense. That's common sense, you know, understanding that you don't have to have kids to understand common sense when it comes to parenting and stuff like that. Okay, I don't have kids personally, but I've worked with kids, from infants to the age of like 8 years old for 8 years. Okay, so I think I do have a little bit of knowledge, okay, when it comes to, how to care for children. All right. But, anyways, I digress. You might be someone without kids, collective, and you might be encountering somebody who's just, toxic, okay? A toxic parent, a toxic person, someone who just doesn't get it. And I don't know, you might get into it with them about certain things when it comes to certain situations and topics, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's going to be pointless with this person because they're just, you can't win. It doesn't matter what you say. It's one of those people, okay? It doesn't matter what you say, if you're right or you're wrong, you know, they're not gonna they're gonna tell you no, no, you're wrong. They're gonna twist your words, they're gonna make a big deal out of everything and then they're gonna act like you're attacking them. Okay, so it's one of those like victim mentality people. Which I personally I can't stand. I can't be around that. Like you gotta go. You can't take any type of self accountability. You're twisting words and things like that. Hell no. You might encounter somebody like that and it might drive you kind of crazy. Okay, but don't go crazy, collective. Do not go crazy. Just keep your cool, okay? Because in the end, you'll be the one who looks, more sane and more mature. Because I feel like this is someone who will start, just acting, like I said, like a fool. Okay? All right? And you might be realizing that someone around you, someone maybe even close to you, is this type of person. And maybe you've known this, you might have known that, hey, I'm hearing side eye. Okay, so you could have been side eyeing this person, and maybe you haven't necessarily brought up their behavior. Um, maybe you haven't brought up their behavior when it comes to how they act, okay? Because you might be a little bit, I don't know, like intimidated, or you just don't want to piss them off, okay? And that's another toxic sign, or another sign that something is toxic, when you are afraid to address important things, okay? If you are like genuinely like, oh, I don't want to say this to so and so because, I'm afraid of how they'll react, that's a major sign that you're not in a good situation, okay? And I'm talking about like family, lover, friend, cousin, sister, brother, whatever the fuck. That is a toxic situation if you are even remotely afraid to ask or say something valid and important, okay? Does that make sense? So I don't know. I feel like you're reevaluating a lot of people and energies around you, especially in the next 72. Keep in mind this reading is still timeless, okay? But yeah, so that was one of the major messages I was getting for you guys, okay? I feel like I'm so tired right now, okay? But yeah, I don't know. Oh, also something about looks, okay? When it comes to looks and society, I have a whole thing on this, and based off of my several, what's the right word? Several conclusions, I guess, what I've come to, what I've realized, the patterns and everything, how certain people react and everything, what's the certain outcome when you look like this, when you act like that, certain, you know, behavior and physical appearance, okay? Um, there's something about looks, okay? When you have someone who is, say, skinny, and you have someone who's like bigger, way bigger than the skinny person, okay? Picture like two friends, right? You've seen the duo a lot, okay? I personally have always been like, not always, I've been the skinny friend and I've been the fat friend, okay? Now I'm kind of in the middle friend, but not that that matters, but in this situation, I'm trying to give you some insight. But anyways, say you have two friends, right? And the bigger friend is the one who is known to be very funny. She's still pretty, she's still gorgeous, or he's still handsome, but he's just bigger. And so society tends to treat the bigger person like a little bit less than, or maybe even a lot of it less than the person next to them who's skinny. May not be the best looking in the face, do not take offense to that, okay? I'm telling you the scenario I'm getting. The person who is bigger, yes, they are bigger, but they're more well liked, okay? Because of their personality, because of how they still carry themselves in a very positive way, okay? And they're still humble at the end of the day, okay? The skinny friend or the skinnier friend, they might get more attention when it comes to like maybe like dating and love and stuff like that. But in reality, they're still being just as quote unquote used, okay? What the fuck was that? Anyways, they're still being like used. It's just differently than the bigger friend. Okay, does that make sense? Anyways, that's a scenario I'm getting. I don't know if you have a dynamic like that or something, but there's definitely someone around you who is they're always like comparing to you. I'm getting a friend scenario. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can because I was channeling scenarios like that. Okay, both friends, the big friend and the smaller friend, still being used but differently by society. Does that make sense? I really hope so. Okay. People treat people differently, whether you want to admit it or not, or subconsciously admit it or not. They treat you different. Okay. They definitely treat you different. And they make you feel like, you got to look a certain way to get this and that. And a lot of that in today's society is absolutely true. Okay. So no one wants to admit that, right? But it's the truth. But anyways, so you pick what side you're on of that. Whether you're the bigger friend or the smaller friend, maybe you're like me and you've been on both sides of it, and you know what it's like when people treat you like shit when you're big, and you know what it's like when you're skinnier and people let you, get away with a lot more than you ever could when you were bigger. Okay, you might be experiencing that or be, on the other side of that. Anyways, where was I? Oh, okay. I was also hearing like I don't care and I'm done. So you might be saying that to somebody. Like I said, I feel like you're kind of fed up either way, whichever side you're on in these scenarios or will be on in these scenarios. You're over it. You're over a lot of situations. I feel like a lot of you guys are clearing out your friend groups, maybe even your family members, because you're realizing how like shallow people are. Okay. Um, Also, some of you guys could be going to get some sort of like Mexican candy, okay? Or you could be going to a Mexican candy store, something like that. Or getting elotes, okay? There might be like a food truck around you and they sell that and you might get one, especially in the next 72. Also, I remember when I was channeling yesterday and this morning, I was like smelling like bleach, okay? Like in the house. I was like, okay, there's definitely like it's a bleach smell, okay? So you guys might be using bleach or need to use bleach on something, okay? Also be careful if you're doing laundry and you use bleach and it stains your clothes the wrong way, okay? You might like get a few drops of bleach on a piece of clothing and it might piss you off, okay? Also, I was hearing like, let me take you, okay? So, but I was hearing like a man's voice say like, let me take you. And this could be someone who's trying to take you out, okay? This could be someone who is, just trying to take care of you. And I was hearing after that, safe to love. Okay, so I was getting that, yes, it is safe to love. It is safe to, go towards this person. All right, and also I was hearing the song Benny and the Jets. Okay, some of you guys might like that song, or you might hear it in the next 72. All right, at some point, I was also picturing like in a store. Okay, like a Target or maybe, I don't know, wherever you guys shop. Doesn't have to be anywhere specific, but I was getting that song Benny and the Jets. Okay. Also, some of you guys could be Tauruses, okay? Some of you guys could have Taurus in your chart, or you're dealing with a Taurus, okay? And specifically, there could be a Taurus who you were dealing with that might, start acting like this. What I was mentioning earlier about etiquette and the shitty behavior, or the parenting situation, okay? That might be from a Taurus or a heavy Taurus placement, okay? Also, some of you guys need to do your dishes, or you will be doing dishes in the next 72. Or so I was picturing like, like them stacking up in the sink and stuff like that. And then I was hearing like, why it ain't working? Why it ain't working? So like I said, I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde right now, but I would definitely believe it to be so because, Lord, everything's fucking up. Everything's going wrong. Like technology's malfunctioning. It's just I can't. And you guys already saw I had a few interruptions already in this video. But let's see. Yeah, so some of your technology may start messing up, okay? Especially I was also getting like the internet, like Safari, okay? Some of you guys might be going on a Safari, like one of those rides that they do, okay? Some of you guys might be from, I was also hearing like Botswana, okay, when I was thinking of like Safari. So, or some of you guys may have traveled there or are going to be traveling to some part of Africa, okay? Also, I'm also hearing like Egypt in my head right now. So some of you guys could be traveling to Egypt. But yeah, so we're almost done, guys. I promise. I don't want to keep you here for too long, even though I have a whole thing of channel messages. I'm gonna put it in a different video. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but something about your internet provider could be messing up. Okay, some sort of like internet service or online service that you use could be down. Okay, or be shut down for a certain amount of time. Okay. And then I was also hearing the song Just Give Me a Reason. It's by Pink. Okay, some of you guys might relate to that song right now. But yeah, okay, yeah, I kind of mentioned this earlier about appearance and weight and looks, and I'm not trying to trigger anybody. And obviously, everything is situational. I want everybody to, you know, understand that. I know that. I know everything is situational. You're not gonna sit in my comments saying, oh, well, actually, this happened to me. I know. Okay, so everything is situational. That covers every scenario that you could ever throw at me. Okay, because I know, I've, trust me, I'm a very open person. I see things from multiple perspectives. It's not like I'm discounting a different situation that you personally were in. This is not a personal attack to anybody. This is literally the channel messages that I'm getting. Okay, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But yeah, also you might meet somebody soon that is very, very wealthy, okay? But they look very, kind of how I'm dressed right now, okay? I'm not wealthy, I wish, but one day, okay? But you might meet someone who's just very plain Jane, and you would never know that they have money. You know why? Because they know how to save their money and they know where to spend it. They know how to, budget, or they know how to invest in certain things that are actually important. They don't really care about, looks. They don't really care about, I mean, like, they still care about their looks, but daily life, they're not going to dress up every day to go to the grocery store wearing, I don't know, name brand everything. Because why would you do that? Like, I don't know. To me, that's always been dumb. Especially when you got real money, you don't need to prove to anybody anything. I feel like it's people with less money that are always trying to compensate, ooh, look what I got on. Like, let me post on my story. Like, ooh, this and ooh, that. Like, all this money. Like, some people, I'm picturing like those people who hold the stacks of money up to their ear and shit. That's as much money as they've had probably for the past, I don't know, 6 months. I don't know. But no shade, no tea. But I'm just saying, the people who are always flexing and acting like, like they got it, they probably don't have it like that, okay? Or they're up right now, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, everything is situational, but you might meet someone who you don't think that they're wealthy based off of their appearance. But that's another thing. You have to be careful because you don't know. You don't know who has what and who doesn't, okay? So be careful. I feel like this is really about be careful of judging people by their looks and their appearance. You need to look deeper. I feel like I'm talking to people, or I feel like I'm talking to either someone who is just extremely materialistic, or you're on the other side and you're someone who experiences, the type of people who are always looking at looks. And if you don't have on this and that name brand type shit, they're gonna downplay you without even speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? So you're on either one of the sides, or you're dealing with somebody who is like that, okay? Um Also, somebody could be wondering why you get a certain type of respect. Again, with the knowing how to carry yourself, having etiquette. Um, like I said, you do not have to be someone who is, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking of someone British. Some of you guys might be British or have an accent. I was hearing like, "Can I please have some more, sir?" Like, just I don't know. I was hearing that in my head right now, but you don't have to be like that. But you could have respect and say yes, please, no, thank you. That would be great. Have more etiquette. Really, like I don't know how else to explain that. Especially time and place. It's something about time and place. Someone around you does not understand time and place. I don't know. I don't know. Um. All right. So we're almost done, guys. I promise. I didn't. Okay. 32 minutes. Okay. Um. But yeah, someone could be wondering why you get a certain type of respect, even though you're not like out here showing your ass, your boobs. You like, maybe you like to stay covered. I like to stay covered for the most part, but that's just me. I like to be comfortable. I don't also want to have people or nor strangers like looking at me like that. If I want to show something, I'll show something, and I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so when I choose to, show cleavage and stuff like that, I 100%. I 100% know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not gonna act, oh, I don't know, like people, like why are people looking at me? I'm not, I'm not gonna act dumb. Okay, so I don't know, and you can wear whatever you want. Obviously, I'm not saying you can't show whatever you want. That's your choice. It always is. But at the same time, you can't really be surprised when you're showing your bits, and then people are looking. I'm not like I don't know. That might be controversial when it comes down to it, which is why I was like even debating on even doing this video, because I know people are going to be like, oh well, there's going to come the people who are just, well, I should be able to walk around with my entire breasts out and my ass out in public, and if people look at me, I'm gonna yell at them, or I'm gonna cuss them out, and I'm gonna tell them I'm empowered and everything. Okay, but you're also walking around half naked, right? You can do that, but I need certain people to understand, like, you are showing it. People are gonna look. You know how when people you walk into a room and people turn their head? It's the same shit. It is. It's the same concept. Especially when you look a little like out there, or you're doing something out of the norm, good or bad, people are gonna notice. People are gonna turn their head. They're gonna stare. They're gonna see what's going on over there. What are they doing? That's just how it works, okay? But I don't know. Neither is necessarily better than the other, okay, when it comes to covering yourself up or not. But I feel like somebody around you, or maybe someone that's watching, needs to understand that people are going to look. they're gonna look. You can't get super duper. I mean, I understand if someone's like staring at you, because it doesn't matter what you wear at the end of the day. People are gonna fucking be weird, okay? I know that. Personally, I know that. But I'm saying when you're doing all that, you can't expect people not to glance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like stare in a weird way. If you're staring at somebody like that and you're making them uncomfortable, obviously that's weird. I'm talking about for somebody who is just every second they're just, oh my God, why are they looking at me? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And it's like, probably no one's really looking at you like that, but at the same time, if you're out here with half naked, people are gonna glance. I know I'm gonna sound like a fucking asshole for saying that, but I'm not even gonna ask y'all because I know where I'm coming from with it. Like I said, I'm not talking about creeps. I'm talking about when you. I'm not even gonna repeat it because I think if you have common sense, you understand what I'm saying. Okay. Anyways, because I feel like I've repeated myself like 15 times, and I don't know. Maybe you guys are gonna have to repeat yourself like a bunch of times, and someone's still not gonna get it. Because why did I have to say that like 18 times? Okay. But yeah, I feel like something about society and how people view each other, whether you can control it or not, okay? Like I said, I just want to remind you guys that it's definitely, at the end of the day, people are going to be fucking weird. You could be fully covered, you could be half naked. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys also need to realize that's another message, do what you want. Do what you want. Make sure to, I don't even want to say that because I know it's going to sound awful. I mean no malice when I say what I'm saying in this entire video. There's a lot of perspectives and, opinions on this. I know that. I still have a lot more of opinion when it comes to certain situations and things like that. I'm trying to explain the scenarios for you guys, okay? Specifically here. Ow. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, do what you want at the end of the day, collective. I feel like you're going to be dealing with something about this, okay? In the next 72. Something, someone, a scenario, could be you personally, whatever side you're on, okay? And it could be even someone around you. Like you could be witnessing somebody around you say something close to what I've been trying to say this entire video, okay? This is a video about looks. I'm sorry if this comes out jumbled. I'm sorry if it makes me look like an asshole, okay? I'm very what's the right word? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because the astrologically, maybe it's because all the Capricorn I have in my chart. I have a Capricorn, Mars, Venus, Mercury, whatever. So I prefer personally to keep my stuff covered. I'm more reserved, but I'm not reserved. You know what I'm saying? It's more like lady in the streets, freak in the sheets type shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It doesn't have to be, you could still be a hoe or a freak behind the scenes. Some people prefer to be quote unquote classier or quote unquote more reserved when it comes to daily life. Okay. That's something that someone needs to understand. And like I said earlier, someone could be wondering why people treat you with more respect. No shade, no tea. Do not take offense to that. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, okay? Seriously. When you, like, I'm even thinking like business attire. I personally look my best when I'm wearing like business attire, casual business attire, okay? Because and to me that is attractive. I'm attracted to the same thing. I'm attracted to men in suits. I'm attracted to men in uniform, whether that's like an actual like suit like for the office type shit or lawyers and stuff like that. I'm attracted to businessmen, and I'm also attracted to men who get their hands dirty, like masculine energy, or it shows that they did something with their day. That's attractive to me. That's very attractive to me. But I don't know. Maybe you guys are going to be finding someone who likes you for you, okay? Whether, like I said, whatever side of the coin you're on, if you like to show your ass, okay, you might be finding someone who is they like that you like to be half naked out in the streets, okay? If you like to be more reserved, you could find someone who is they love that you cover yourself. They think that's very classy. They think it's sexy that you like to be more reserved and be, like I said, a freak behind closed doors. It doesn't mean that you're not, okay? It just means that you like to, you know, cover yourself, okay? Um Also, some of you guys might be meeting somebody who, I don't know, you might be meeting someone that you like the fact that they either show out, okay, whether they like to show their ass and stuff like that, or you could be meeting someone who, you appreciate that they're not out here doing the most, okay, or that they cover themselves when they're out and about, not because you're controlling them, no, not that, but because they want to cover themselves, or they want to show out for the world, or it makes them feel better in a certain look, okay. But this whole video, I'm sorry if this is all over the place. Once again, I'm sorry. This whole video is about like society as a majority, not everybody, because like I said, there's many scenarios when it comes to this. Society as a majority, people are going to look. Someone needs to understand that. It's not about everybody, being a weirdo, like, oh my God, why is everybody staring at me? If you're wearing shorts that go up your ass, like, or, you got the thinnest tube top on where, like, it's damn near just covering your nipples, like, yeah, it could look amazing. I'm not saying it doesn't look good, okay? I'm not saying it doesn't look good, but people are gonna look. Like, I feel like this is someone who doesn't get the fact that people are gonna look when they're wearing what they're wearing. I feel like this is someone who's like boldly insecure, but they still, I don't know. You might be, y'all, I don't ever say nothing for no reason. And when energy flips and stuff like that in my messages, readings, whatever, it just reminds me like that's another message. Someone could like literally not comprehend whatever you're trying to say to them, and it's just getting further and further from the point. Like, imagine saying to your friend, I want to go get ice cream. Okay? You could be saying, I want to go get ice cream. And your friend is like, well, I want to go, I don't know, get some actual food, like dinner or something. And then this person's like, but we can go get ice cream. That's fine. I just, I have a different opinion, or I want something else. But I'm actually okay with you getting your ice cream. Okay? I know this is a stupid analogy. But anyways, like, you could have different, you both could want, one of you could want ice cream, one of y'all could want dinner. You don't really want dessert, okay? And but you're okay with this person also, with you guys also getting ice cream, right? Whoever just wants ice cream is going to make you feel like you told them no. Like, you told them, we can never get ice cream. I hate ice cream. How dare you suggest ice cream? Like, this person's going to like flip it to make it seem like you just said all that when you didn't. You actually just agreed. You just mentioned that you wanted to do something else as well because you don't have an appetite for dessert right now. I know I probably sound crazy. I know I probably am making no sense, but I'm making sense, okay? I'm gonna watch this back and I'm gonna be like, oh, fuck it, post it, but my analogies aren't that great, but I hope somebody understands where I'm coming from, okay? Um, I know this was long, and I know I said we were almost done, but I had a lot to say, okay? And the channel messages that I got, I felt like we should do kind of a talk right now about it because it's a lot. And I feel like you're 100% going to be dealing with somebody down the line. Remember, this is timeless, okay? So it doesn't have to resonate exactly in the next 72, but someone's going to piss you the fuck off with their mentality, okay? Like, the way they think, the way they just, it's like, And that's why, like I said earlier, you might be cutting people off. You might be cutting, I don't care, family, friend, lover, whatever. You're going to be fed up with someone's like communication style or something and the way they think, okay? And the way they present themselves and then get mad at people for like thinking a certain thing of them, like, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I can't. I'm gonna get off here, guys, but I hope you guys have a great day. There's too many distractions going on. I don't know. Someone might be just continuously getting distracted from the point, like I said. I'm over it. You guys have a great day. Have a good one. Thank you.